Have you ever wondered why being consistent is so much harder than being intense? Intensity is loud. It's dramatic. It feels incredibly powerful in the moment. It shows up as those sudden bursts of motivations, the late-night promises, the extreme workout plans, the this time everything changes energy. Consistency, on the other hand, is quiet. It's unimpressive. It's repetitive. And that's exactly why most of us struggle with it. This is a crucial idea because so many people mistake a burst of effort for real progress. They give everything they have for a day, a week, maybe even a month, and when that intense feeling fades, they believe they've failed. This is for the person who always starts strong but can never seem to sustain it. The one who burns out, resets, and then repeats the same cycle, wondering why lasting change never sticks. Let's break it down. Intensity thrives on emotion. You feel inspired, angry, desperate, or hopeful, and that powerful emotion pushes you into massive action. You work harder than you ever have before. You push past your normal limits. You promise yourself you'll never go back to your old ways. And for a moment, it feels real. It feels transformational. But emotions always fade, always. Consistency doesn't wait for emotion. It shows up on ordinary days. On boring days, on the days when nothing feels urgent or exciting at all. It asks you to act without the fuel of adrenaline. And that can feel really uncomfortable, because suddenly, it's not about how you feel, it's about who you are choosing to be. Think about it. Being intense is easier because it has a clear end. You know you can push yourself to the brink because you can collapse afterward. You can reward yourself. You can take a long break. But being consistent offers no such immediate relief. It asks you to show up again tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. There's no big applause. There's no dramatic turning point. It's just simple, quiet repetition. And that repetition is exactly where the resistance lives. Every single day you commit to consistency, you have to face your own doubt. You start to question if it's even working. You wonder if it's worth it, or if you're just wasting your time. With intensity, the results feel immediate and obvious. With consistency, progress feels almost invisible at first. And that's the trap. Most people don't quit because the work is hard, they quit because it feels unrewarding in the short term. But here's the deeper truth. Intensity changes your outcomes temporarily. Consistency changes your identity permanently. Anyone can act differently for a short period of time. But very few people can become someone new through repeated, disciplined behavior. Consistency forces you to be honest with yourself. It removes all the excuses. You can't blame a bad mood or a busy week when the only expectation is to simply show up imperfectly, but repeatedly. That level of personal responsibility is uncomfortable. It exposes the gaps in our discipline, our patience, and our There's a quiet moment, and it's often overlooked, when consistency finally begins to work its magic. It's not when the results suddenly explode, but when the resistance starts to fade. It's when showing up just becomes normal. When the effort becomes routine. That is the real turning point. But so many people quit right before they reach it, because intensity taught them to expect fast, dramatic change. But life doesn't reward extremes. It rewards alignment. Small, simple actions done daily compound into massive, life-altering change. Your body adapts, your mind strengthens, your confidence builds. Not through sheer force, but through familiarity. The strongest people you know are rarely the most intense. They're the most consistent. They don't rely on their mood. They don't wait for motivation to strike. They've built systems, habits, and identities that carry them forward even on their worst days. Consistency is hard because it requires patience. It demands humility. It asks you to trust a process you can't fully see yet, but that is also precisely why it works. So, stop chasing intensity. Stop trying to overhaul your entire life in a single emotional surge. Instead, choose something sustainable. Choose something repeatable. Choose something you can do even when the motivation is completely gone. Because intensity might impress people for a moment, but consistency will transform you for a lifetime. The person who learns to show up quietly, steadily, and relentlessly will always outlast the one who just burns bright and then fades away. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more videos on building a stronger life. See you next time.